You all know what I'm going to tell, but it's just a refresher. Sindh Revenue Services Department is being established, which is, I believe, given to assignment to a professional firm. In LTU Karachi, at the moment, one commissioner audit and several officers have been added to implement this. What would happen to other areas? No planning, nothing at the moment. Maybe Khawaja Sahab will announce that what have been happening in other areas, so far as Karachi and Lahore is concerned, it is appearing in the newspaper. Let's see how to move forward and what are the solutions to these issues, because if we call off only problems, it's useless. There should be some problem to every, there should be any solutions to every problem. Let's see how we can move forward. Proper communication with all the stakeholders. You can imagine, even the tax rate on services is not known so far. You all would have seen the draft available in respect of provincial VAT ordinances. No rate has been specified so far. We are going to implement at a large scale, and we don't know at what rate. It may be from 5 to 15%, whatever. On what items, which rate? We don't know anything so far. Unfortunately, we have seen so far that FBR have got powers to issue this and that, this and that, this and that. But where are the drafts of those SROs which are going to be implemented? If we talk of a pharmaceutical industry, we don't know at the moment which item of drugs, life-saving drugs, are going to be zero rated. And if not, will that be taxed at 16% or a 15%? We don't know at the moment. There should be proper sharing with the stakeholders. When we talk of a draft federal VAT, you would have seen on the web that December 31st draft was made public in early March. And February 27th draft is the basis of this presentation. Still, a lot of lacunas, a lot of issues, a lot of problems, a lot of drafting errors, which needs proper discussion. As Riaz bhai announced, there is a need of a proper workshops. There is a need of a lot of things. Political and social consensus and its acceptability. This is also an issue, and again a big problem of good governance, as we all are facing. And what to do so far as the smuggling, abuse of Afghan transit trade is concerned, and corruption. There should be proper planning that as to what would happen to those who are doing this. You may have seen in the newspaper कि sales tax की जो recovery है वो नहीं हो रही, इसलिए prosecution start होगी, लोगों को behind the bars डाल दिया जाएगा. You all have seen this in the newspaper. What happened in 2-3 days? Suddenly the news changed. No action. Everybody is asked to stop action. Do you think we can implement this? Perhaps this quote is for us. When there is a tax, the unjust man will pay more and the unjust will pay less. Perhaps this is clearly applicable, as I told you, that for civilized area there is a situation different, the other area which situation is different, and so on and so forth. I need not to go into detail. What to do now? Creation of national and industry specific data and information in a transparent manner. There may be a downward revision of federal VAT from 15 to perhaps say 10% to make it acceptable. 16 से 15 करने में कौन सा तीर मार दिया? इसको डाउनवर्ड रिविजन प्रॉपर नहीं करेंगे तो ये इम्प्लीमेंट इन रियल सेंस नहीं हो सकता. It's very difficult. Abolition of FTR regime. Books of accounts नहीं होंगे तो कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता. Full day seminar and 2 days, 3 days workshops to consider in real terms what is the legal meaning of this or that word and what is the effect of this or that, अदरवाइज चौधरी साहब की कोर्ट में सब लोग खड़े होंगे। और यू मे हैव सीन दैट कि 2001 ऑर्डिनेंस आया, उसके अंदर बहुत सारी ऐसी प्रोविजंस आई कि जिसमें अब तक एल.आई. लिली का जो डिसीजन है सुप्रीम कोर्ट का रिवीजन के केस में, कितने सालों में जो असेसमेंट हुई सारी साइड पे हो गई। फॉर व्हाट? ड्यू टू द वर्ड्स यूज्ड इन द लॉ। वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दीज वर्ड्स, ईच एंड every single word has its meaning, and we have to take care each and every word rather than implementing it in a rush. Perhaps there is a need of group discussion as well in a small groups like this. Otherwise, it's very difficult to implement in real sense. I am just giving you the overview. If you go into detail, you will find a lot of problems, and if you will try to find the solution, everybody may say, ओके आप सजेस्ट कर दें अमेंडमेंट, हम अमेंड कर लेंगे लॉ को। एंड इफ वी सी हाउ मच पीपल आर इन्वॉल्व सो फार एंड हाउ लॉट ऑफ पीपल नीड टू बी इन्वॉल्व, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, अदरवाइज देयर विल बी अ प्रॉब्लम। एवरी डे यू आर हियरिंग इन द न्यूज पेपर दैट दिस चैम्बर इज ऑब्जेक्टिंग, दैट चैम्बर इज ऑब्जेक्टिंग। व्हाट वुड हैपन टू ऑल दिस? इवन इफ वी सी द सेनेट, You will surprised to know कि जिस दिन सेनेट की स्टैंडिंग कमेटी में बिल पेश होने वाला था, उससे कुछ दिनों पहले या एक दिन पहले चेंबर के लोग उनसे मिलते हैं और उनसे डिस्कशन करते हैं, और अगले दिन अखबार में आता है कि सेनेट ने रिकमेंड कर दिया कि 1 साल के लिए इसको डेफर कर दिया जाए। देयर इज अ नीड ऑफ डिस्कशन बिफोर इट्स इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, नो डाउट अबाउट इट। Almost at conclusion, let me tell you, taxes after all are the dues that we pay for the privileged membership in an organized society. This was a statement given by Mr. Franklin in 1936. He was aware in a foresight that this will happen, and we are facing this as a part of living in an organized society. What happens to the small cities? What's happening in towns and villages? No doubt consumption tax in a way they are bearing. But what about the manufacturing over there? What about the services being? अखबार में आपने देखा ही होगा कि उसके अंदर लिखा हुआ था डोंकी कार्ट वाला भी सर्विसेज रेंडर करेगा तो उसको भी टैक्स देना पड़ेगा। लेकिन लेट मी टेल यू, रफली स्पीकिंग 21,000 is the amount which works out to per day. If we work back to of 7.5 million, 21,000 रुपए के लगभग की तकरीबन अमाउंट बनेगी कि जो कि पर डे जो कमा रहा है वो इस नेट में होगा। At the end, I am thankful to Almighty Allah and Mr. Shabbar Zaidi who helped me a lot in finalization in this presentation, because I took some part from his presentation as well, and Soli Parak, my boss, for providing me knowledge, guidance, and courage to speak before this august house. And thankful to my team who worked with me for long hours for the detailed research on this new law, which resulted into summarized presentation covering maximum possible in a short span of 60 minutes, even less. And I'm grateful to Brother Riaz, Saad, and other colleagues who encouraged this person to present before this great house. And last but not the least, I am thankful to the worthy participants for bearing me with patience in sound up and down and power failures. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Asif Kasbati. Your presentation was indeed very impressive and comprehensive, and I'm sure it will create an urge amongst the members to attend the workshop to be organized in this respect. Now we'll take a prayers break and we'll reassemble at 6 p.m. Thank you.